Great rising, y'all. Great rising. Come on for the walk. Or jump on your bikes. Line up if you're walking wall to wall. Get your chair, you're going to do some chair exercises. Get your mats, you're going to do some yoga. Get your weights. You're going to do some weights. Get your chairs, you're going to do some chair exercises. Jump on your bikes. Start your treadmill. She says without her glasses. Yeah, I left the speaker on so the battery ran down. So I'm charging it. Hey, thanks for coming on the walk, y'all. Like, comment, share. I was looking at Clyde Diva yesterday and she said, I'm not going to start. Look, I got my warm-up jacket on. I'm not going to tell you to, I'm not going to stop saying, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. So I looked down and I realized I hadn't hit the like button. So I was like, all right, Clyde Diva. You got it right. I said it earlier, but I just want you to exercise. Exercise, exercise. Hit the exercise button. Hit the exercise button, make you move. Hit the exercise button. Make the blood go all over your body and up to your brain. Hit the exercise button. Now, I know I'm supposed to be on here for likes and all that stuff. But if you just see me and exercise and feel better, I'm good. I ain't like these kids. Look what I'm doing. I'm an old woman walking on the treadmill. Trust me. Academy Award winner, it don't make. Yeah, y'all. February's coming. So I was vibing with the ancestors and they said, look at here. They vibe with me like this. Vibe. I ain't gonna say talk. I blink twice and be somebody here to carry me to the crazy house. Just to shut me up. Anyway. I've been two-faced. Especially during Black History Month. I do it their way by honoring the ancestors that they put out there. You know, the ones that made the greatest accomplishments. But not really, because they don't talk about Charles Drew, because then they have to say he died in a car accident, and even though he made the plasma that saved these European Africans on this penal planet, they still didn't appreciate it. He got in a car accident one night, and they took him to a European African hospital, and they said no, no, and en route to an all-black hospital, he died. So they don't mention stuff like that because they don't like the outcome. They don't like to look at their shitty handwork. Anyway, so on the other side, I used to go through a thing with my ancestors. Direct, down the line, as back as I could. And that's what was important to me. That's what helped me. That's why I do most of my reductions and stuff like that during Black History Month. Because that energy is there. Excuse me. So, sit there, these are European African, y'all. That's their Black History Month as well. And that's how they want to do it. But that doesn't benefit us. Y'all want to see they done made Harriet Tubman gold? A nice little cornrow across the head. But that don't mean nothing. Africans were all in Holland and all kind of stuff like that. They braid hair all the fucking time too. That don't mean shit. What is the importance? The difference is the color of her skin. And they totally erased that. They made it gold, a gold coin. So nobody will notice. She'll just look like gold. But that's their Harriet Tubman. So they ain't selling it to us. They're selling it to them. She is their Harriet Tubman. She probably got, she probably running through European Africans like crazy. Her blood all up through there. So, during Black History Month, I do a lot of my manifestation. I start in the front and then I take it in there to hit that energy. And that's what we want to talk about. So Made It in Ourstory is forgiving your ancestors, forgiving your blood kin that ain't here, forgiving your familiar that's not here, because they make up your history. I'll give you an example. You know those parents that you hated that's dead now? And you're all bent out of shape? And you're all guilt-ridden and stuff like that? Trust and believe, I tell you right now, they done forgot all about that. They telling you right now, forget that shit. That was from living on this penal colony. You're on a penal colony. The African rulers of Europe were overthrown by their own kin, the European Africans. So they took all the black Africans, Spain, Portugal, France, England, as I told y'all before, Germany and Russia, they didn't. They exterminated theirs. And I feel quite a few European countries, Asian countries did the same. Anyway, you gotta forgive them and move on. They don't hold no thing against you. They want you to love them and remember their history. So, like, I came from Virginia, my mother's side, Smithfield. When I was in my 20s and I started learning about those European Africans in Virginia and how they treated the African Americans, it was horrible. They're the ones that did the brown bag test the most. You talking about body morph shit? You see where I'm going with this? I had two uncles that worked with my grandfather. He was a sharecropper. You didn't get land so much then. You had to manifest it. And apparently, my grandfather didn't know about manifesting. And they died from TB. They graduated from high school. They were professionals. They were like basketball champion stuff. My aunt says, which I never found, if I looked in the Smithfield newspapers back in the 40s, I would see them. So, after a while, using his 4 girls, my grandfather tried to till the land, whatever. And so it didn't work, so he started selling bootleg. So, they ran him out of town. That's how he wound up on 135th Street in Harlem. Now, I often thought about that because when they talk about Robert Kennedy, which is the Irish Africans, they said he was a bootlegger, but he had mansions, and his children went on to do great successes. And I used to say, if my grandfather had that same chance. But he wasn't. He was ran out of town. He ran to Harlem, 135th Street, between Lenox and what is now Adam Clayton Powell, but it used to be just 7th Avenue. And he became a super in the tenement. He got a shaved ice cream truck, you know, where you get the white cones and they put the ice shavings and then take all the syrup stuff and put it on top. That's what he did. Now I know what he really did. He never stopped bootlegging. When he used to take us out to the park up on St. Nicholas, you could go up that hill. I still have the mark from falling down that hill. And when you go up that hill, you get into what used to be known as Sugar Hill or Money Hill. I know George Schuyler and stuff, very prominent African Americans lived up there. And he would give us all the ices we wanted, all the sugar. But when adults came, he would reach down low and then hand them what I know now to be his pints. He only did pints because they were small, you could palm them. Or half pints. It could be palm. Men got big hands, probably a pint. And when he ran out of Virginia, he didn't take his daughters with him. They had to make it up to New York the best way they could. And that's when manifestation comes in. A couple of drunk boyfriends, 4 sisters, and a baby, and they were out of Virginia on their way to Harlem. Now, there's a whole lot of stuff in between that. But look what they had to come through. My cousin told me my grandfather wanted the farm. He couldn't buy it. Her father, mother wanted the farm. They didn't buy it. Well, you couldn't. You had to be a certain skin tone or complexion. So, that's what I meant when I birthed on this earth. I was birthed from my mother to the earth. That's why I like Happy Earth Day. Birthday, I think, pertains only to the mother before she gave birth. I think Earth Day applies to the child because that's the first day that they're on earth. But these European Africans, back asswards, child, back asswards. So, that's what I meant there. My grandmother, who was mixed race, but you didn't talk about it. You didn't say anything about it. You just went on with life. Just went on. But it's all these secrets and all this rage. And it had them talking to us like Cottonmouth. If you're on my Facebook, You look at my likes on YouTube, you'll see Cottonmouth. Because his mother talks to him like they used to talk to us. Get your damn ass in this house. You gonna eat that damn food. Don't let me have to come over and get your ass. There was very little loving and kindness and all that other stuff. But they don't know it. They didn't know it. What I'm trying to say is we're going to spend this week talking about and forgiving them so we can move on. They were on this penal colony. They were treated unfairly. They were angry. They were. They ain't angry now. But they were angry. And they want you to know they ain't angry. For you to love them during Black History Month, remember them and their history. Do y'all see how fast that was? That was 15 minutes. Felt like 2. Let's get some water. I know I like exercising. When I don't walk, everything starts clotting up and shit. Because I don't have anything moving it. You know? So the cold that's out here, it don't move. But when like after that 15 minutes, I can feel stuff moving around. I'm like, okay, good. Okay, I wanted my chest to loosen up. Oh, yeah. Woohoo. Oh no, y'all won't exercise. There's a little bit of time. We coming. I don't know who's going to come, but if someone's calling them, everybody's like, we're on our way there. She done moved us. The vitamins, my potassium, magnesium stuff, to the heart. We're on our way. She is moving to us right now. She's moving us into position. How can you guys not exercise? This is simple. I gotta say, I'm glad y'all here with me. Y'all are my motivation. And my whole body is happy. So, they were horrible. They were always looking for the police. This is on my mother's side now. They were always looking for the police to come snatch us, snatch them. Fighting all the time. Fighting all the time. What I'm trying to tell you is that forgive them. That's the penal colony. Stop blaming the person and blame this society in which we're in. Stop blaming them. Blame the society. Because that's who created them. Being scared all the time. But that's why we're going to change our way of thinking, because the ancestors said, don't worry, they fit and ready to take care of these European Africans, especially this ruling class, getting ready to get fixed up. Other political parties, y'all need to get ready to get in position. Decency, probably none on here, but if you can find it, get ready. Because bullshit is too much. You gotta forgive them. Now on my mother's side, on my father's side, South Carolina, after Emancipation Proclamation, they was on a whole island. They remember going in, or the stories of the family, having to leave the island to go into South Carolina to do that whole thing that the enslaved people had to do. They had to pledge their allegiance to a prison. To a prison. Penal colony. And once they pledged their allegiance to this penal colony, aka prison, they were able to go back to the island for a minute. Then, as the story goes, I guess my great-great-great-grandfather was walking across the rice paddies, and he had this stick over his shoulder with a nail in it. And it was raining, he was coming in. My father said he remembered being at the door because he used to call him Pop-Pop. He said, Pop-Pop coming in, Pop-Pop coming in. Because it was his grandfather. Pop-Pop's coming in. And as he's walking across, lightning come down and hit the damn nail. Man dropped dead. So, he was the one that was keeping everybody safe and straight on that island. There was probably other families on other places, but the European Africans ran and left it to fight in the Civil War and didn't come back. So, after they went and pledged their allegiance and everything, next thing you know, they kick them off the island. That's my brother's version. My father said they left. My brother said, my father said, they was kicked off. I could see my father telling him the truth and not telling me the truth. So I'm going with my brother. So, then they came on South Carolina, Edisto. Some went to other places. I heard it the other day. I was listening to something from South Carolina. I was like, oh, that's where Aunt So-so they lived. Can't think of it now. It's not Edisto. So they came in and they were mad. They went on. They survived. Stories told differently for different things. My father said he bought them the houses. My aunt says her husband, which is my father's brother, the brothers got together and bought the house. Anyway, they brought them 2 houses in Charleston. And that's where they were. But they were still angry. Because to them they had a whole island that they was kicked off on. But they didn't know how to claim it, didn't know how to do anything like that. Because they were enslaved people, you didn't have college classes they can go to learn about real estate. So they were angry. They were angry for a very, 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 very long time. Oh! But what I'm saying is, and I'm telling you this, is they didn't hug you. They didn't kiss you. They taught you. Especially because my grandfather was a deacon and my grandmother was deaconess, so they were cult leaders. As you know, they were the ones that got the cult leader. I guess they say the cult leader supporter. And that's how they made it through. You be a good Christian. The European Africans look just, oh, she's a good Christian. That means I can kick her, slap her, stomp her, she won't do anything. But she'll come home and slap the shit out of her children in a heartbeat. She will turn on her family in a heartbeat after you get finished stomping her out. So again, what I'm telling you this for is to realize that this is the generation I came from. We'll talk more about it. But what I'm trying to say to you is, forgive them. They didn't teach your mother and they didn't teach your mother's mother. No. Forgive them and learn it yourself. Learn to love yourself. And what we're going to do during our story for Black History Month is tell those good stories. But right now we're going to shed some stuff the week before, so we all nice and cleansed up and shit. And we know what we're doing. And we know what we're supposed to be doing. You know? That's what it's about. Forgiveness. Forgive them. You're forgiving these European Africans. No. 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 Never forgive these people running this penal colony. No. You have every right to be angry at them. But no right to be angry at yourself or any other black person because of this penal colony. Y'all know I'm going to jail, right? Because I ain't going to jury duty. And I heard that they cracking down on people like me. They're cracking down on people like me. Yeah. Because they're going to make me be a juror. They're going to make me fill out jury's papers. Now, the only way they can make me is to break my hand. I can't even touch the computer thing. No. I'm not going to sit there and judge anybody. I know how you're on this penal colony. If it's a European African, you told him he's a fucking god and he can do anything he wants. So now he's sitting there. I ain't judging him. He doing what you told him to do. If it's an African American boy sitting there, or girl, I ain't judging them. They doing what you told them to do. You told them to. You dropped the drugs there. You dropped the guns there. They knew they'd pick it up. I'm not judging them. I'm not judging anyone on this penal colony. It's like me going to jail. Though inmates do it all the time, and I say to myself, how the hell can you be judging somebody? You can't judge another inmate in the whole fucking prison system because your ass is there. This is a penal colony. How can I judge anyone on this penal colony? My ass is here. I didn't break no laws. I didn't do anything. 600 years ago, our ancestors were enslaved on this penal colony. Now they trying to act like it's a fucking country. It's not going to change. They are accepting no sense of Africanism within them. And the way they do that is by stomping out African Americans. That's why y'all got to use manifestation. You got to use your brains. You got to see yourself being the change and making the change. You got to see it. You got to see it. You got to see yourself being the change and making the change. Voting didn't do it. I done told y'all I was a fool. I was a fool. Don't be a fool like me. Don't ever go to a voting poll again. Every time I voted, every time you vote, it works against you. This is a penal colony. So just by the theory that this is a penal colony, every vote you make is against you. Because every vote you make helps them. And they use it against you. No, get out that game. Let the orange one. Who else but European Africans would want an orange clown to be over this penal colony? If I was foreign countries out there, I wouldn't sit in the room with an American ambassador, diplomat, no, I wouldn't sit in the room with them. The liars, they're horrible liars. The whole thing is wiping out brown and black people over the simple fact that they refuse to see that within themselves. They're African. It's easy for them to hate. So no, I can't go to court and sit down and by your standards? For hell, by your standards, I'm fucking guilty. And I ain't even doing nothing. Look how fast. You don't show up to jury duty, we're going to send the marshals, but you're going to have to send the marshals, they're going to have to dress me, bump me down the stairs. Because I ain't never walking back in a program, and I ain't going to no court. This is it for me. I'm on the way out. I ain't on the way in. Fuck that bullshit. I think about old Donna Sue Edelman. 72 years old, sitting in jail. Well, see, she was also one of, ain't no black in me. But guess what? On this penal colony, German, Ethiopian, they see the African in you. They see the black in you. That's why Donna Sue Edelman, your ass is sitting in jail. That's the same future for me or any other senior around here. This is a penal colony. This is the last chance before we get off of it by death. Separation of matter and energy. The last chance they got to berate, belittle, lie, imprison, enslave, cut. Child, please. Whew. Squeeze your gut. Tuck in your elbow. Neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 for good luck. Yeah, old Donna Sue. I got a story to tell y'all. I'll tell y'all after Black History Month about Donna Sue. If you meet a woman and she said her name is Donna Sue, say, Donna Sue, I'm through with you. I'm through with you, and walk away. That name. Whew. You know, there's certain names that makes you aware. That Donna Sue, that's a red flag from the name. Tuck in your elbow, squeeze your gut, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 for good luck. Yeah, y'all, yeah. Look how fast this is over with. I ain't gonna keep y'all nothing extra, because I know y'all be like, ooh, I want to go get that. I want to take a shower. Well, thanks for coming on the walk. And we're going to talk about how to make their Black History Month. When I said that, they're the ones that made Harriet Tubman gold with a braid. Because Harriet Tubman is a part of these European Africans on this penal colony. Because they're European Africans. But that's how they want to celebrate their Black History Month. We need something more. We have the energy of that celebration. The awakening of our ancestors. And we have to use that at that time to love them, to see ourselves succeeding and getting and doing and being happy and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend, subscribe. Have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.